Hi, I'm Jessica.
Hi, I'm Bailey.
Hi,
Nice to meet
Bailey.
you.
Nice to meet you too. So what brings you in here today?
So, I just started college and my family's going out to eat a lot. I don't have a job, I don't have any money, so I have to go out to eat with them, and I don't know what to get when I'm out to eat. I'm feeling tired and unhealthy. I just don't know what to do.
Okay. So I have a handout for you. It's tips for eating healthy when dining out. What kinds of goals have you thought about? Any types of goals that you have for yourself when you go out to eat with your family?
Not really. I don't know what foods to choose. I don't know what to do.
Okay. So if I can give you some advice, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Is that okay? All right. So a couple things that I might have for advice for you are you can look at the menu before you go. A lot of restaurants do have an online menu with nutrition facts that you can take a look at and see healthier options. That way when you get there you don't feel so rushed. You can also start with vegetables. So let's say your family wants to get some type of appetizer or you have the choice to get something before your meal. You can start with something like a salad and you get the dressing on the side, or something like a hummus dip. Just make sure an option is healthy. You can also, like if you get a hamburger instead of fries, you can get something like coleslaw or vegetables, plain baked potatoes, something that's healthier than fries, for example. You can also, instead of drinking a sugary drink like soda, something like iced tea or water,
Okay.
unsweetened. That way your meal is a little bit healthier while you're out to eat. Is that something that you think you can do?
Yeah, I do drink pop a lot when we're out, and I do like unsweet tea, so I think that's something I could definitely do.
Okay, sounds good. On a scale of 1 to 10, how willing are you willing to make a change?
I'd say I'd be about an 8.
An 8? Why an 8? Why not a 7 or a 9?
I think an 8 because, well, I think I'm fully capable of making the changes. I don't think I'd be able to do it every time, like a 10.
Yeah, okay. So what I'm getting from this so far is that you're having troubles figuring out healthy options when you're going out to eat with your family and you'd like to make that change. Are you willing to start with not a sugary drink and maybe start with vegetables or water, or looking at the menu beforehand?
Oh, yeah, I could definitely look at the menu beforehand. I mean, I'm always on my phone. I have my phone a lot, so, I mean, it would take 5 minutes to go look at the menu and plan a meal beforehand. And I don't mind salad, so I think a couple times, maybe once out of the 3 times we go to eat, I could do a salad for sure.
Okay. So what I'm hearing you say is some specific, measurable, attainable goals for you would be looking at the menu and starting with a salad and substituting soda for unsweetened iced tea. Does that sound correct?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, sounds good. So a way that I have for you to measure this would be some type of 24-hour recall or a food diary for you, if that's something that you're willing to do to make a change. Does that sound okay?
Maybe. I don't know what those are.
Okay. So what a 24-hour recall or a food diary is we would have you track your meals throughout the day. So how much you're eating, how often you're eating, and what you're eating. I know it's kind of hard to judge how much of something is in a meal when you're dining out. So maybe either ask, you can look at the menu online and see how much of it is. Or you can even ask the server or manager, say, hey, how much is one serving of this? And if you're not sure, you can always guess. You can put down, I had 4 asparagus, something like that. And we can take a look at it next time you come.
Okay.
If you can't do it for every meal, that's completely fine. We can start with something small. That way you're not overwhelmed or stressed out. Does that sound okay with you?
Yeah, I think I can do that.
Okay. Is there any other questions that you have for me today?
I don't think so. I think I can do these goals. I think I'm capable of doing those.
Okay. That sounds good to me, if that sounds good to you. I just want to ask, is there anything in the past that has held you back or that has kind of gotten in your way of making some of these changes?
Well, my family, they always order, fried things, or they always order fries and pops, so it's just hard for me to, get the salads and the water and when they're not, you know?
Yeah, I understand that. So I'm just understanding that it's been hard for you.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as we have a couple of these small short-term goals for you, then we can start to make a big change in your life. So as of now, from this counseling session, what we're going to do is look at the menu beforehand, start with something healthy like a vegetable, and substitute water for pop.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you can do those 3 things short term, then we can start on a long-term goal. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Okay, so next counseling session, maybe in a week or 2, I know you did say that your family does go out quite often, 3 times a week about. So maybe in a couple weeks we can regroup, look at those 24-hour recalls that you made up, and see what other kinds of changes we can make.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Sounds good, Bailey. It was nice meeting with you.
It was nice meeting with you. Can I keep this handout?
You sure can. This is
Awesome.
all for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, I'm Bailey.
Hi, Bailey. I'm Jessica.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What brings you in today?
So I've been having a really hard time increasing my potassium. My doctors say that it's really low. I just don't know how to do that.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that you're unsure of how to increase your potassium.
Correct.
Are you aware of what potassium is or what it does for your body?
No.
No?
I don't know much about it.
Okay. I have a handout for you if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, potassium is a mineral, and it helps your muscles contract, it regulates your fluid, and it helps maintain your blood pressure. So
Okay.
it's pretty important that you get your potassium. Are you aware of any foods high in potassium?
I mean, my doctor said fruits and vegetables, but I'm not really sure what kinds of fruits and vegetables that he means.
Okay. Is it okay if I share with you some fruits and vegetables?
Yeah.
Okay, so this handout's really nice because it shares the foods highest in potassium and then some foods lower in potassium. So I'm not sure, but do you like potatoes or raisins or bananas or anything like that?
I like potatoes. I don't really like bananas.
Okay.
But yeah, potatoes are good.
Do you drink smoothies at all ever?
Yeah, I love smoothies.
Okay. So it's really nice because you can throw in half a banana and some spinach, and you have about 400 milligrams of potassium right there. So that's really nice.
Okay.
Do you have, on a scale of 1 to 10, how willing are you to add some potassium to your diet?
I'd probably say like a 7.
Okay, why do you say a 7?
Because I don't really know much about potassium. I mean, I work out a lot and I do get a lot of muscle cramps, so it makes sense for me to raise it. And I have been feeling kind of, down lately, so I feel like that has something to do with it. So I really want to make a change. I don't know how, and I don't know what kinds of things I need to eat in order to do that. So.
Okay, so what I hear you saying is you're willing to try to raise your potassium. You're unaware really what potassium is and how you can do that.
Right.
Okay. So here's some steps. You can try to eat at least 2 to 3 potassium-rich fruits and vegetables a day, but since we're just starting out, you don't have to feel pressured to do that. You can include a potassium-rich food with every meal, or you can replace pop or other flavored beverages with orange juice.
Okay.
Do you like orange juice?
I do like orange juice.
Do you drink pop regularly?
I drink pop a lot. I drink it way more than I drink water or juice.
Okay.
So
Would you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're okay. Yeah, I think that's something I could do is,
Okay.
replace orange juice with pop. So.
Do you think you'd be willing to do that once a day, once every other day?
Yeah, I could probably do that once a day, maybe with like lunch or dinner or something.
Okay. So I hear you say you can replace pop with orange juice once a day.
Yes.
Okay. And you think that's attainable for you to do?
Yes.
Okay. So from your chart, it says that you are older than 19. Is that correct?
Yes, that's
okay.
correct.
So eventually our goal is to hit 4,700 milligrams of potassium a day. Like I said, you don't have to feel pressured to hit that right away because I know we're just starting out raising your potassium. But to track how much potassium you're eating, if you would feel comfortable doing, are you comfortable tracking your potassium?
Yeah.
Okay. We have something called a food diary. Would you feel comfortable learning about that?
I would, yeah.
Okay. So a food diary is where you write down like the food you're eating, and then since we're tracking potassium, we can put how much potassium is in that food. You could do this for every meal, every other meal, 1 meal a day, whatever you're comfortable doing, since we don't want you to feel overwhelmed. Have you read food labels before?
I have, but I don't do it religiously.
Okay, so potassium on the food label, the calories go first, and then it's going to be fats and carbohydrates underneath that, and at the very bottom is going to be your potassium, next to like the calcium and the iron. So when you're tracking your potassium, that's where it's going to be located. And in foods like bananas or spinach, since they don't have food labels, you can just find those online mainly.
Okay.
Do you have any questions about that?
No, I don't. It's okay if I can't do every meal, though, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
You don't want to feel overwhelmed. You just want to try to get the food in if that's what you're doing, if that's what your main goal is getting the food in, and then if you can't track it, that's okay.
Okay.
You just don't want to feel overwhelmed. Do you have any questions about raising your potassium or what potassium is or any other tips or steps?
Not at this time. I think it's really doable for me to include something like a potato or banana into my meals, or maybe even as a snack. And I might not be able to hit 4,700, but I can probably hit 4,000
Okay.
milligrams. So, yeah, that sounds like something I can start with.
Okay, so I hear you saying your goal is to hit 4,000 milligrams of potassium per day?
For right now. Yes.
Okay, and then you are comfortable switching out pop with orange juice 1 time a day?
Yes.
And you want to include high potassium foods like potatoes and like banana and spinach and smoothies?
Yes.
Okay, so I will print off a food diary for you. I will write down these goals for you, and then when we regroup in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we will go over these goals again and see how far you got, and if you're comfortable making more changes or if we need to change them. So it was really nice meeting with you.
Thank you. It was nice meeting with you, too. Can I keep this handout?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.